go out there and create curiosity, which is going to get people to self-identify, to put up their hand, say, hey, you know what? I'm interested in what you have to say about real estate investing. I'd like to find out more.
There are millions of real estate investors out there, and most are stuck with just a couple of properties. They want financial freedom, but their small portfolio ends up costing them more in time, effort, and money than it's worth. Getting out of the rat race seems harder than ever. This show will help you do more deals, better deals, and bigger deals. Finally, you'll be able to reach your income and lifestyle goals. How? By attracting and leveraging private money partners and their capital. Now get ready to raise more money, because here's your host, Dave Dubeau.
Okay, we're going with episode number 6 in 3, 2, 1. Well, hey, it's Dave Dubeau back at you with another episode of How to Raise Capital 101 show for real estate investors. This is episode 6, and this is also the 6th part of our little 9-part mini course all about the money partner formula, which shows you how to raise 6 figures in a matter of weeks and even 7 figures in a matter of months without being desperate, without cold calling people, without going through massive rejection, without alienating people, without turning people off. In fact, by attracting people to you, attracting investors to you, pre-educated, pre-motivated, and predisposed to invest with you. In fact, today's episode is all about this. This is where we're going to pour the fuel on the fire and get things going with capital marketing, magnetic capital marketing. So quick review. This is part of our money partner formula. We got 3 phases. We've already covered the foundational phase, which is creating your list of investors, your marketing hub, your investor website, getting that set up, having that $1 million investor presentation ready to go, reconnecting with people on a personal level first before we start talking business, then doing the ninja capital strategy to get a bunch of investor meetings booked right out of the gate. And then that's where we get into the capital magnet marketing. This is part of the launch phase. Now, you might be doing some of this stuff at the same time, like you can be doing your ninja strategy meetings, or you could be doing your marketing at the same time. Highly recommend that you do that. And this is really where we're going to kick things into gear and proactively go out there and create curiosity, which is going to get people to self-identify, to put up their hand, say, hey, you know what? I'm interested in what you have to say about real estate investing. I'd like to find out more. That conversation is a complete 180. It's a complete reversal from you chasing after people, from you doing all the desperate, needy, creepy things that so many capital raisers think they have to do. Like a lot of people think, hey, if you want to raise capital, you got to pick up the phone and dial for dollars and cold call people. No, that's the wrong way to do it. Other people think, well, if you want to raise capital, you got to go out and turn every conversation into a real estate conversation and use your 30-second elevator pitch on everybody that breathes. No, you don't need to do that. When you dial in the whole marketing side of thing, when you follow this process I'm walking you through in this mini course, you're going to have people coming to you. You're going to have your ideal investors coming to you. They're already going to be pre-educated, pre-motivated, and predisposed to invest with you. How are they going to do that? Because you're using this marketing. So a core concept to the whole idea of marketing are what I call the 3 C's of effective capital raising marketing: constant, consistent, edutaining communication. Constant, consistent, edutaining communication. That is the key. And here's an example. This is one of our clients. This is William Clark chatting with my associate, Gord Lemon, about the effect of this marketing for him. And he's only talking about one of the kinds of marketings that we implement for our clients. So have a little listen to this. Listen to how effective this was for William, and then imagine how effective this can be for you as well.
So just tell me, how's it been going since the marketing has been happening for you?
Oh, it's been awesome. I'm still getting really good positive feedback from all the marketing, especially the newsletters. People keep asking me about the newsletters and stuff like that. So that's been a real plus.
You know, have you got any investors in the door pledging money and moving forward that way?
One investor that that invested in my multifamily property, and I've got a list of potential investors for some future stuff that I just gained in the last couple of weeks.
So that's how effective that can be. It worked really well for William. It's going to work really well for you as well. So, I mean, think about it. William got an investor right off the get-go. He's got a number of investors ready to go, waiting in the wings for his next deal, all because of this constant, consistent edutaining communication. So what do I mean by edutaining? This is important, right? Because most people that try any kind of marketing screw it all up, right? Especially when it comes to raising capital. So what I mean by edutaining is this. It's a little bit educational and it's a little bit, hopefully, entertaining. Why do we want it to be edutaining? Because here's the reality. You and I, and everybody who's listening to this podcast, are what I affectionately and lovingly refer to as real estate weirdos. Yes, I just called you a weirdo, but I am one too. We're real estate weirdos. We're into this stuff. We love real estate. You're listening to podcasts about real estate investing. That's a little bit different than most of your non-real estate friends. Most normal human beings are not into real estate investing. They'd much rather spend their time watching Netflix, right? So that's what we got to keep in mind. There's a good chance that quite a few people on your list of prospective investors are not real estate enthusiasts. So we got to keep that in mind. So we need to make sure that whatever education, whatever marketing we're sending out there gives them a little bit of education without overwhelming them, without getting into jargon, without getting into too much detail, too far into the weeds. We don't want to overwhelm people with charts and graphs and data, because that's going to confuse them. That's going to turn them off. It's going to be too heavy. It's going to seem too much like school. So what we want to do instead is we want to give a little bit of education, ideally wrapped in with a story from your experience, and ideally wrapped in with a little bit of entertainment so that they look forward to getting your marketing. Does that make sense? We want people to look forward to getting our communication. So there's all sorts of different ways to do this. And I recommend that you use a variety of different marketing tactics. What is a marketing tactic? Well, for example, when we're working with clients, we'll use a variety of different things. The first week of the month, we'll send out an electronic newsletter, or what's called an easy. So this is a newsletter. It catches people up on what you've been up to for the last month. It's not actually too newsy, so that might be a misnomer. It's not really newsy. It's more a little bit educational and hopefully a bit entertaining and personal as well. So it's not all just stuffy real estate stuff. We also want to share a little bit about what's going on in your life as well. So that'd be the first week of the month. Second week of the month, we might send out a blog post. So a short little article about real estate, why real estate rocks and everything else sucks, with a clear call to action. Hey, if you'd like to find out more, click contact us. Let's have a conversation, see if this is a good fit for you, right? And then the third week of the month, we might have a video log. So a short little video, 3 to 4, maybe 5 minutes long max, about something to do with real estate investing that you're involved in. Could be one of the profit centers, could be one of the steps in your process, whatever it is. But again, keep it short, concise, easy to understand, Reader's Digest level, and make sure you've got a clear call to action at the end of all of your marketing. A call to action is what's going to make the difference between success and failure, because so many people put stuff out there, but they don't tell the recipient exactly what they want them to do. Hey, go ahead, click on the button below, book a call. Let's see if this makes sense for you. So you might notice that at the end of each one of our episodes, we've got a very clear call to action with this podcast. You need to be doing the same thing with your marketing. Have a clear call to action. Hey, if you'd like to find out how this can work for you, book a call. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how it works. Does that make sense? So a clear call to action. So let's do a quick little case study. This is one of our fun clients we love working with. We love working with all of our clients, but Matt is a real personality. And when we started working with Matt, he really got into the whole marketing thing. We took this, he really ran with it, and he had a lot of success very, very quickly, as you're going to hear. So listen to this. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can watch this video and take a look at how fast and what high impact this whole marketing thing can have for you, and your success in raising capital?
So yeah, it's been interesting. So, if we count that 100 and plus the 300 that we just did on Monday or Tuesday, plus the 377 coming, we're like, my intent was, hey, if we could raise $1 million in capital, that would really keep the ball rolling and it would really help the situation. But we're almost kind of there. And now I'm thinking to myself, well, hang on a second, now I got a couple other ideas. Maybe we need $4 or $5 million, right? Like this $1 million concept, what I've realized is maybe finding this capital is not as hard as I thought it would be. I think that, the cream hasn't even risen to the top yet. We've only done 2 newsletters and 1 video. That's all we've done. We're 1 month in.
I know, man. And that's the thing. You're at the very tippy top of the iceberg. I mean, there is.
Yeah. I just got my Speedo in. I haven't even gotten the water yet. You know what I mean? So.
Well, buddy, you're going to become one of our new poster boys here. Just kick it ass and take the names. That's awesome. Glad we're able to help a little bit there. I mean,
absolutely. What you guys are offering and doing is a total plug-in system, right? And I started sniffing this out in September, and here we are in June. And again, it's hindsight's always 20/20. I wish I would have pulled the trigger in September, right? But so yeah, it's been.
So there you have it. It doesn't need to take a long time for this to really kick into gear. Now, full disclosure, that is an exceptional result. Most of our clients were able to get them their first 6 figures within the first several weeks. Matt really batted it out of the ballpark and raised close to $1 million with this marketing. And we didn't even really get the whole thing kicked into gear for him at that point. So it's just one of those things that kind of keeps snowballing over time. It's very important that you get off to a good start, but that you keep this rolling consistently. All right. So I'm going to leave you with actionable items that you can actually do on your own to get things started with this step in the process. So when it comes to the marketing, here's what I'm going to recommend that you do if you're going to be doing this on your own. Pick one thing and get it started. So if you're more comfortable writing, then pick something to do with writing, like blog posts, electronic newsletters, articles, whatever it is. Pick something if that's what you're more comfortable with. If you're not big into writing and you're comfortable filming yourself, then you could be doing videos. Videos are super duper effective. So highly recommend that. Now, with our clients, we do all of it. So we want to cover everything from all the different bases. But if you're doing this on your own, make sure you get started with one thing, get it up and running, and then you can add other things as you go along. Another quick tip here is avoid doing this month to month. Avoid doing this month to month. What do I mean by that? I mean that it's much more effective and it's much more likely that you're going to have longevity with this if you do your marketing in batches. So for example, when we're working with clients, we'll do a whole batch of video logs all at one time. We'll get it all done, get it all set up so that we can set it and they can forget about it. And we don't have to look at that for another 6 months or another 12 months until it's time to do the next batch. If you're trying to do all of your marketing month to month, what tends to happen is 1 month you'll get busy, it'll fall to the wayside, you'll get back on track, you'll fall off track. It becomes very inconsistent. So if you remember, the 3 C's are constant and consistent edutaining communication. Consistency is key. So make sure that you batch things up and do it in batches. All right, so that's the whole thing about this magnetic capital marketing. What comes next in our 9-step process? Well, next, we're going to kick things into we're going to go to the next phase of our money partner formula, and that is the leverage phase. Leverage is one of our favorite words in real estate investing, and it's one of our favorite parts of this whole process. And on our next episode number 7, that's right, episode number 7, is going to be talking about how to go from one-on-one investor meetings to one-to-many investor meetings. All right, we're going to be talking about webinars, online group presentations, where you're doing a presentation for 5 people or 10 people or 15 people or more, all at the same time. This is massively leveraging your time, your efforts, and the effects. It's putting it on steroids. So this is the number one way that I have raised capital since 2013, and that's what we're going to be talking about on episode number 7. So tune in, and we'll see you on the other side. This episode is brought to you by moneypartnerformula.com. Our Money Partner Formula service allows you to raise all the private capital you need to do all the deals you want while we handle the hard stuff. We offer reliable and affordable done-for-you marketing services that get you investor meetings booked without all the work. So go ahead and check out the website right now, and then feel free to schedule a call with me, and let's take your portfolio to the next level. Again, that's moneypartnerformula.com. Watch investor meetings pop up in your calendar. We handle the rest.